California counties are incurring multi-million-dollar civil rights liabilities driven by predictable, recurring institutional failures. This heat map identifies over 20 jurisdictions, from Shasta to Inyo, where litigation data confirms a pattern of high-exposure settlements. The financial losses are concentrated in three specific areas: lethal custodial neglect, whistleblower retaliation, and systemic administrative opacity. Treating these recurring losses as isolated accidents allows the underlying failures to remain uncorrected, continuously draining municipal risk pools. County jails represent the highest source of financial and human cost, frequently resulting from a failure to provide constitutionally mandated medical care. This courtroom represents the federal appellate authority that established a critical legal baseline. Sheriffs act as county policymakers. This means the municipal treasury is directly liable for civil rights violations committed by the sheriff's department. The failures follow a documented sequence. Counties outsource jail healthcare to for-profit medical vendors who prioritize cost containment over clinical needs. This results in intake staff ignoring acute drug withdrawal and misusing solitary safety cells for psychiatric emergencies. In Shasta County, this specific chain of failure resulted in nearly $25 million in settlements for 2 in-custody deaths between 2023 and 2024. This outsourcing model creates a structural incentive to minimize care, which repeatedly generates massive civil liabilities for the contracting municipality. These liabilities are further compounded by internal governance structures that prioritize administrative self-preservation over reform. In many counties, the reflex is to neutralize whistleblowers who expose misconduct rather than addressing the reported policy failures. Plumas County was found to have weaponized the internal affairs process against an officer reporting sexual harassment. Similarly, the district attorney's office in Inyo County has been used to target political opponents and dissidents. When counties dismantle their own oversight mechanisms to shield personnel, they create the evidentiary basis for federal intervention and significant employment payouts. To manage the resulting public and legal pressure, counties often rely on procedural loopholes to obscure governance failures. Placer County has utilized closed-session exemptions to withhold the details of executive terminations, while Shasta County implemented illegal fee structures to discourage journalists from filing public records requests. This opacity is also seen in the use of flat-fee contracts for indigent defense. This model incentivizes providers to maintain high caseloads with minimal support, often concealing constitutional violations until they are raised in appellate court. Using administrative secrecy as a defense ensures that systemic risks are not corrected until they trigger state audits or federal litigation. Municipalities mask the immediate cost of these settlements by distributing them through shared insurance risk pools. Those risk pools are developing structural cracks. Federal consent decrees and rising insurance premiums are straining the financial stability of rural justice systems. Real liability mitigation requires shifting from a strategy of litigation defense to a culture of front-end constitutional compliance.